Hello, it's Candy. So I might end up eating my words, but I really think that some stuff is starting to happen, and I think that I'm gonna have this baby this weekend. I just have that feeling. I don't even know if I'll make it to a 40-week update. I might, but I think he's coming in that vicinity. I really do, which is great. I'm feeling very optimistic and very good after feeling very crazy. I recorded an update, but I deleted it because it wasn't my best moment and because it's not really how I feel anymore, and I think I was just going through like a momentary lapse. There were a bunch of babies born on a baby board that I belong to. A big slew of them were all born yesterday and the day before, and all of them were due after me. One girl was only 1 day after me. All of them were due after me, but only 2 of them were spontaneous births. One of them actually ended up not even progressing, although she might be in labor now, which is great. It's really great. I was having a moment of sour grapes, but it's really great, and they're such wonderful women, and one girl needed a C-section because she had a very big baby, and it turned out she probably had gestational diabetes, and they didn't know, so the baby was really big, and they C-sected the baby, and the baby had to go to the NICU for a couple days. He seems to be doing a lot better, but like her milk's not coming in. There's just a lot of complications that I wouldn't, I mean, bless her, I'm glad things are well, and she has a beautiful baby, but I wouldn't trade anyone for that. And another woman's baby had to go to the NICU because the baby was due the 22nd, so the baby was a little bit premature, I think 36 weeks or something like that, 36 and a half. Hopefully that little girl won't have to stay in long either, but again, that is a circumstance that I wouldn't want. And another girl, I'm not sure if her birth was spontaneous or not, we haven't found out yet. She was kind of going nuts like I was, but she was also on like the natural birth and all this, that whole thing, and then she had been having contractions off and on for a couple of days, and she was like, should I just go and get induced? What's going on? And she kind of had a little panic, so I think she might have gone in and had them break her water and really just had things started for herself, but I don't think it was spontaneous. But she was due, I think, 2 days after me, so, and so there were like 5 babies born that were due after me, and that was a total of 8 at that point, although only 7 births because one was twins, and I was just kind of starting to really lose my mind and get very jealous and get very petty, and I feel a lot better now. I think not only because I'm seeing some progress in my own birth experience and I'm starting to feel more hopeful, but I just got to a really weird place. The days were feeling really long and slow. I was feeling this overwhelming fear that I was going to be pregnant for an extra week or an extra 2 weeks, God forbid, or 10 days, and I just didn't feel like, I still don't feel like I could make, like, I mean, I know I could, but I still feel like the thought of going another week is just, feels, from now, not even another week past my due date, just feels so endless. And my doctor offered an induction, and of course I don't want to do that, but I'm just, I want my doctor to be there, and it's just like kind of, it's so tempting, it's so hard to stick to your guns in a situation like that. So I kept saying, oh, I want him to be here by Wednesday, he has to be here by Wednesday, my appointment, and he's not gonna be, and I was just going crazy. Anyway, I lost some plug, and a significant amount of plug, and this is a few days after the sweep, so I feel like it's, this is real, and it was a big significant amount, and I feel like there was more dilation going on, and so this really encouraged me, and I've been having kind of cramping off and on all day. I'm not in labor yet. It doesn't feel like it's labor cramps. Obviously, I'm talking to you through them, but I feel like something is happening, like I'm having like, some mild low back stuff, and I've been kind of tightening up in my stomach, and when I walk around it feels very tight. Everything feels very, very tight. And so it might not be the real deal yet, but I feel like I feel like I'm going to have this baby this weekend, and maybe even tonight. And my husband and I have a really nice weekend planned of fun and of our induction techniques, so I'm excited for that. And I feel like I'm a little bit less crazy. There might be a crazy video if I turn out to be wrong about this, or, you know, if things, I mean, who knows, the dementias of pregnancy can be pretty intense. But right now, as it stands, I feel pretty good. Well, I think I'll throw in just like a non-bare bump shot, because this baby feels like it might have grown a bit. Let's see, sorry about that. Not the most. Here, I'll move this over here. Sorry about the wiggling, but this is my back, just because I feel like I'm always making myself look bigger than I am by not showing my back, although I'm certainly amply sized. Feels like I might have grown a little bit, I'm not sure, or maybe it's because he's dropped and I've just, my bump has changed a little bit, but that's, you know, that's what I've got going on right now. Whoops. I am 39 weeks and 5 days, so my due date is in 2 days, and I hope to have a blue moon, full moon baby. I hope he comes this evening or this weekend. It'd be really nice to have him this weekend. But like I said, I think that if he can come by Wednesday, it'll be, you know, that'll be before my breaking point. And then, you know, he's gonna come when he wants to come, so I have to accept that. But I know that I'll probably start getting a little bit demented again if he doesn't come before then. So anyway, that's my update. Nothing else going on here. Just I cleaned up the whole house, getting ready to go for some dinner tonight and have a fun date with my husband, and I just send me your labor dust, send me your labor vibes. I'm really hoping this happens, and I feel strangely confident that it will. Let's hope that that's rewarded. Thank you.